Okay, so this might be a little bit of a different kind of video. I've never really tried to film on my phone before, but I do want to go ahead and go over this problem with you guys since I wasn't able to this morning, at least for block 1. Fingers crossed my internet decides to come back for block 2. So number 1 says, draw the hands on the clock face to make it match the time on the digital clock. So here we have a time that says 8:20, and we want to write that on this analog clock. And so when we are writing 8:20, we need to think about, we know that it's in the 8 o'clock hour, but it's not going to be right on the 8, because right on the 8 would mean that it's up at 8 o'clock. As my minute hand goes around the clock, my hour hand starts to slowly move towards the 9. Now it's going to be just a little bit less than halfway to the 9, because halfway would be at 8:30 and we're going to be at 8:20. So we want our hour hand to be almost halfway. Remember, our hands come from the middle of the clock. Our hour hand is going to be almost halfway, and remember the hour hand is shorter, almost halfway to the 9. So there's our hour hand. And then we want our minute hand, because it's at 20, we know we can skip count by 5, so 5, 10, 15, 20. The minute hand is going to be facing the 4. So there our clocks match. They both say 8:20. This one says, circle the digital clock that matches the analog clock below. Copied this one from Mr. Dykes. I don't see the digital clock, but I am going to write down the digital time. So the digital time here, we are in between the hours 5 and 6. So that would mean that we're in the 5 o'clock hour. And our minute hand is on the 9, which means we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So it's going to be at 5:45. Sometimes when these documents get shared, sometimes all of the stuff doesn't copy over, but we know that if there was a digital clock next to it, it would need to say 5:45, because that's what our analog clock says. So we've kind of shown how can we turn digital into analog and how can we turn analog into digital. All right.